This is what you have to do before every home tour. Hype yourself up.
Run. I know what you mean.
Keep up, Barry!
All for
Let's go! Nicole! So the plan is that I will be showing you all the first floor while Nicole will show you the rest of the entire house.
Okay.
Are you a slow walker or a normal walker?
I don't know, that's why I asked you what present.
You have to be crazy! Crazy, you know! Excellent. Okay, what? Chill, relax. But today we have, for the viewers, a semi-D located in District 28, which what we classify as the Harry Potter kind of closet. And that's the house.
Let's go.
Okay, we are talking about a land size of 2,860 square feet, build up of 4,355 square feet, 5 bed, 5 bath, with potential to do an A&A into a 6 bed, all en suite. Let's check out the first floor.
What the hell was that?
Okay, we are looking at about 2,860 square feet of land size, 4,355 square feet of build-up. The plot width is at 8.6 meters, while the depth is at 35.2 meters or so.
Yeah, so this actually sits on the 3-story mixed landed zoning, and what this means is that you have a variety of different types of landed houses in this zone. So you have your terrace, you have your semi-detached as well as your detached.
So if someone were to want to build a condo, let's say a boutique condo here, would that be allowed?
No, so this is purely for landed houses only, and we can build up to a maximum of 3.5 story, which is why today you will see 4 stories, 5 bed, 5 bath unit, but with the potential to rebuild to a 6 bed, 5 bath.
And that's the house.
Let's go. So we're standing in the front porch right now, and in terms of the setback distance, it's actually quite wide. So from the main gate all the way to where your door is about 14 meters.
The good thing about this is that once you have 40 meters, you have a lot of things to play with. Number one, your car porch itself can park up to 3 cars. If we are saying normal size sedan, if you have bigger cars, what you need to do is that you maybe have to remove that green patch of grass on that side. This area also has some sort of an al fresco area that allows you to have some outdoor gatherings while your kids are playing the pool, or while you're hosting people at the pool, while you're barbecuing on the first floor. So it makes it a lot more functional because you have an awning that's already done up to shelter you from the rain.
So we do also have space for a swimming pool right on this side. So that really gives you an idea of how spacious the land size is. So I think this is a good size for your kids to play. After that, they can just lounge over here without getting the rest of the house wet. And if you look further into the house, you realize it's designed a little bit like a Balinese style. Do you?
No.
No, dude, look at this and look at that. This is very Balinese actually, and I think when you go into the rest of the house, so you realize that a lot of the fittings and materials that they use are all wood, very earthy kind of materials.
Before we head into the house, because Nicole's going to show you the rest of the entire house, the second floor, the third floor, and also the roof, let me take you outside to where we'll talk about some of the upgrades of the house. This was rebuilt back in 2011, so the developer had already subdivided this, upgraded the entire house, and even more importantly, the power. So we are looking currently at a 3-phase power, which is 100 amps. When we're talking about 3-phase, we're talking about the capacity of it. So if you really want to do some further upgrading in the future, such as installing your solar panels so that you could start to sell back power towards the grid, or if you want to further do an A&A to install a lift, for a lift, the power needed is actually 3-phase and 100 amp. This 3-phase also definitely allows you to have your electrical charging without an issue. So let's head into the house. So welcome to the house finally, and where we are standing, it's actually the living room. And what I really love about Semi-Ds is that this natural lighting. So let me just show you. If I off all the lights in the entire house, you are still able to get a good amount of lighting to the house. Why? It's because we have a setback towards our side, and now this entire side is all lined with glass sliding doors. And at the same time, allows you to watch over your kids while they're playing the pool, even allow you to have an interaction with your outside guests when they're at the alfresco area. Coming in over here, we have the dining area. forms a nice little separation for the dining and also the living area. But towards on this side, which leads towards the backyard, you have a nice area for you to grow some of your plants, put some of your green fingers to use so that you can beautify this whole area. Let's move on towards the back of the kitchen. Before we head towards the back, we have an understairs storage room on my left, which what we classify as the Harry Potter kind of closet. That no, there's no sound.
It's okay, I'll play for my video.
Yeah.
Then you gotta show the Harry Potter cupboard. Cupboard under the stairs.
Then you should come up from there. Oh, Harry! And also a bomb shelter. When you see bomb shelters, you know that the house has already been rebuilt. We have a granny's room with a built-in wardrobe and also a bath just directly opposite. Coming towards the back, we have the dry kitchen. The dry kitchen has options for you to do your cooking in here, but majority of the time, my owners have already set up an outdoor kitchen which is towards the back. So let's check out the back. So welcome to the back of the house. This allows you to do a lot of your drying and all that. Awnings have already been done. If you like to have the option to utilize this area, especially during rain, what you could do is then install in some zip tracks so that it allows you to keep the rain out when it's raining and open it up while it's windy and while you're doing your cooking over on this side. And the back gate also has already been installed, so you have this nice little access towards this back area that is more of like an enclosed area, creating a nicer setback between you and the other side of the house, so it's not back-to-back houses where you have more added privacy too. This is what we're talking about, the semi-detached status, allowing you to have a nice setback from the side and also a nice deep setback from the front. Just to recap, we are looking at 35.2 meters in length and depth, 8.3 meters in width for the frontage. So let's talk about some of the category for the types of landed houses that we have so that we could easier understand what are the difference of landed houses. So Cat 1 is where we have the original condition of the house that has never been rebuilt or has never been renovated. The older era of landed houses where it's just 3 bed, 2 baths and the bath is all the way back towards the kitchen side. So Cat 2 houses are houses that are generally about 20 years old and they need a bit of A&A so that you could increase the GFA of the entire house, getting more rooms, more baths and also more usable space. And as for Cat 3, which is where our house stands, I would say generally you wouldn't need to do much major upgrading works because we are already looking at 5 bed, 5 bath, power upgraded. We have a very decent 10 meters lap pool, no split levels, indoor and outdoor kitchen for you, storages already done, all the bedrooms are en suite. But the key thing is that you need to do renovations because the renovations are about 10 to 15 years already. So I would say a fresh coat of renovation would really further bring it up to the last category, such as upgrading your power to solar so that you are able to sell back power towards the grid. And maybe some things like pushing out your balcony so that you enjoy more outdoor spaces. So that would be the Cat 4 category of the house. With that, let's head up to Nicole. Nicole!
So we're heading up to the second floor where there will be the bedrooms. See you there. So on the second floor, you have 2 bedrooms here, which is the master bedroom as well as the common bedroom. But later we'll have a discussion as to how you can convert the 2 bedrooms into 3 bedrooms. So where you're headed to now is actually the common bedroom over here. So good size, is a squarish shape in terms of the layout, and you've got already built-in wardrobe cabinets over here. So this bedroom will face towards the other landed at the back alley. But what's good over here is that there is a little back alley behind our house. So in terms of the setback, you're not really facing directly into another landed house. So that gives a little bit sense of a privacy over here. So this bedroom, it does have its own bathroom, but it's a Jack and Jill bathroom with the master bedroom So this is a good sized bathroom. We've got the shower at one side with a huge ventilation window, toilet and the sink over here. And then when you enter in from the other door, that's where you've got your master bedroom over here. The master bedroom is designed in a little bit of a different way. So you have this little corner here which acts as a secondary wardrobe. I'll show you the master wardrobe later, but this is kind of what the owners envisioned to kind of create more space. So they built in wardrobe cabinets here as well as, shelves for them to hang all their bags, and they even have a mirror here for them to, do their fit check before they leave the house. And we move deeper into the master bedroom. You realize that their master bedroom is designed in an L-shaped sort of way. This area, they've kind of used it as more of a display area. They've got shelves here to display all their photographs and everything. And then if you move deeper into the master bedroom, this is actually where the master bed is supposed to be at. So you can put in a king-size bed. They feature wall here where you can mount your TV over here. And as we go deeper, this is a walk-in wardrobe, 8-panel wardrobe. So that really gives you a lot of space, plus what you saw just now as well. Then this is also where your master bathroom is at. So you realize the master bedroom has 2 bathrooms, and you'd be wondering why did they design it in this way? So actually what is interesting is that this was kind of designed by the developer, but you realize that in terms of space optimization, you can actually build out an additional bedroom on this floor. If let's say you close up the master bedroom over here, that still gives you a good sized master bedroom because you've got the bed situation here, you've got a huge wardrobe. You can create an opening over here, and that will allow you to have this space as the second common bedroom. So when you seal it up, you open it through here. Maybe this can go so that you already have a wardrobe cabinet over here. Then this bedroom will share the Jack and Jill bathroom with other common bedrooms. So that will allow you to have 6 bedrooms. So in terms of setback, we are about 14 meters from the main gate. So there is an opportunity for us to push out even more. So what you can consider is to push out the balcony to even further so that you can take on more space into your master bedroom. In front is actually a category 5 road, so that allows us to build about 7.5 meters setback distance. Even if let's say you seal this up and you create that as your second common bedroom, then you actually have quite a bit of space if you push out master bedroom, the balcony and everything else out there. So on the 3rd floor, you have 2 common bedrooms, both ensuite as well. This is the first common bedroom on this level. Very similar in size to what you saw downstairs. It is a squarish layout. You've got cabinets built in on 2 sides. The window here is also the same as what you see below. And in front of us are semi-detached. So there is a little bit of a wind channel over here. So you can feel that there is some kind of wind when you open the windows into the rooms. This is where the ensuite bathroom is. In terms of the size for the bathrooms, they're all good size. Everything has been renovated about 10 to 12 years ago. So you can always do a quick refresh, because I think in terms of condition it's still quite good. This is kind of where the family area is at. So they have a little bit of a home gym situation over here. So they got a treadmill as well as, I'm not quite sure what this machine is called. I don't know, step machine?
What's that?
It doesn't come with the house, but if you do like it, we can always negotiate with the sellers. So you can use this as a home gym as what they've done as well, or you can convert this into a study if you need an extra room. So you can seal this up with glass sliding doors. I think this area can then be converted into something that's a bit more usable as well. And if you head to the last room over here, in terms of the size for this room, you realize this is quite similar to your master bedroom, but a little bit smaller. So this could be your junior master ensuite. You do have the bathroom to the side, and you have another balcony as well. So I think this could be, let's say you are a multi-generational family, you could actually have your parents' situation in this room, and then the downstairs could be your master bedroom. So where we're at is actually the landed zoning for Gerald Mugliston estate. So in terms of landed houses, it's been stagnant in terms of supply, about 70,000. For semi-detached, it's even more rare because it's at 22,000, and you realize that the government isn't releasing any more land for landed. So the only opportunity for you to get landed would probably be developers buying a detached like this originally in 2011 and then splitting it to 2 semi-Ds. Even though this is a semi-D, land size 2860 square feet, all the rooms are very good size in nature. But I think one thing that we also wanted to kind of talk about is actually the road outside. This road is actually a new addition to the Seletar estate. So Seletar used to be kind of a sleepy landed estate. Ever since they created this road, this will really increase accessibility to the other parts of Singapore. Previously, for residents of this area, whenever they need to go to like Sengkang or they need to go to CT, they actually have to do a huge detour. So the reason why the government actually created this road is because Seletar has major transformations in the northeast region. So we got the Seletar West on the left-hand side as well as the Paya Lebar Air Base that will be on the right-hand side. So there needs to be a lot of accessibility to kind of connect these 3 regions. So that's why the government has created kind of big arterial roads to really just ease congestion across the different estates. So this is why they're building this. When the government introduced plans to build this road, they actually considered consulted the residents of the landed zoning, ways that they can ensure that they do not disrupt the lifestyle of people living here, and they've actually taken all these opinions into account. So what they're going to do over here is that we have a 2-lane road that serves the Gerald Mugliston estate. They're going to plant a lot of trees and greenery, so that will be the sound barrier, be able to dissipate a lot of the noise that comes from the main road. They will have a pedestrian walkway, and then that's where you've got the 4-lane road over there. So this will cut through from the Sengkang area all the way down to your Yio Chu Kang road, then connects you to CTE and the airbase over there. Okay, wait, before we head upstairs, you realize that there is a huge window that has been created over here, and that helps to bring a lot of natural light into the unit. So we're now standing in the roof terrace of this property, and you realize if you look around us, we are kind of unblocked in several areas. In terms of the setback, in terms of the distance between the houses in this area, there's always a good setback, so you're not really very cramped. And you realize that if you stand here, especially on a windy day, there's going to be a lot of wind that goes through. So good sized terrace, I would say the owners have already done the shelters over here, but if let's say you want to do something that's more uniform, for example, you can do something like what your neighbor has done, where they've kind of created a more uniform shelter to really just block out the entire space from the sun and rain. I think this is a good place for a barbecue and al fresco. They've already done a little bit of a decking and turf grass over here, but you can extend it fully. So from here, you can actually see how the roads are going to build already. There is going to be a good distance from the 4-lane road is going to be at, and there are going to be trees that will be built there as well. If you want to block it further, you do your own shielding here, and your barbecue situation and al fresco dining set could be positioned there as well. So District 28 records strong transaction volume, stronger than what you see in your fringe districts like D20. So this area has very stable price growth. At PLB, we always talk about, what's the underdog product that you want to buy, because you want to be able to secure the best ROI for your investment. So I would say in this district, semi-detached of good land size is something that you can consider. So I think this would be a gem to also think about. So if we look at the asking prices in the area for inter-terrace as well as semi-detached, the Luxus area, inter-terraces, land size about 1,006, already asking upwards of 5 million. Seletar Hills Estate, we look at terrace, Cat 1, will be asking 4 million onwards, Cat 2, 4.5 million onwards, Cat 3 and above are asking 5 million onwards. And if you look at semi-detached options, a Cat 1 is already asking 4.5 million onwards, a Cat 2, 5.5 million onwards, and a Cat 3 and above, about 6.6 million. So the Gerald Mugliston estate, which is where we're at, in terms of the terraces, for a Cat 1 to 2, they're asking about 3.8 to 5.5. For a semi-detached, in terms of the options, you have a Cat 2 property that's asking 6 million onwards. And that's also because their land size is a lot bigger at a 4,005 square feet. So you're really paying in terms of that quantum. And a Cat 3 to 4 for a semi-detached asking about 6.3 million for a similar land size, or up to 8 million for a bigger landed. So because the land size of this is about 2,008 square feet, so that helps keep us in an attractive quantum. It allows us to skip 2 categories. Instead of inter-terraces, we go to inter-terrace, corner terrace, and then semi-detached. So this allows us to get a semi-D status at a similar quantum to your inter-terraces. For example, if you're purchasing a Cat 1 to 2 terrace and you want to maybe rebuild it, do A&A, you put in another maybe 1 million in terms of AA, that actually puts you at the same price point as us. But the comparison is that we are in a semi-detached status. So if we're talking about future capital appreciation, so Seletar is a very interesting area because we have a lot of new landed over here because of Bukit Sembawang, and they are going into phase 10, 11, 12 where they are building new landed over there. So that will kind of set new benchmark prices for the landed properties in this area, and that will be able to help us see appreciation as well. If we're talking about maybe exit potential as well, further down the road we have an EC that's just MOP, sellers that are selling with profits of 1 mil and above. 5-bedder there is going at 3 mil and above at 2,000 PSF. So if we're looking at replicating that kind of phenomenon with EC that is just right next to us, Park Greenwich, that could be your exit audience in future when they MOP 5 years later. So when it comes to location, we are also very conveniently located to quite a few things. So across the road, you've got Jalan Selasih, which is where you've got a lot of shop houses, eateries and restaurants over there. We also have the Greenwich, which is about 5 minutes drive, Seletar Mall, Fernvale Market and Hawker Centre. All of these are within the 10 to 15 minutes drive away. Sengkang Grand and Compass 1 are also popular options, as well as Chom Chom, which is closer to your Serangoon area. So with the new road that's also going to be available, that will also help to cut the intertown travel time by quite a bit. So Seletar Mall used to be an area where we have to walk quite a bit from this part of Seletar, but now with that new road, that will cut your travel time to less than 10 minutes by walking.
Yeah. My guitar, a lesser town. I drew my heart a Leno wall, but I felt things were better now. I belong in your arms.
So ultimately, if you are a family that's looking to enter into the landed enclave of a semi-D status and very particular towards it being a freehold or 999 status, we are priced at 5.3 million of a land size 2,800 square feet.
Yeah, so this is a very good land size. It's not too big, not too small for a semi-detached, which allows us to have a very attractive entry quantum into the landed market. This build-up is about 4,355 square feet, which allows us to have a 5-bed, 5-bath situation over here, but we can convert it into a 6-bed, 5-bath. So there is a lot of options in terms of space for an upgrading family.
And what Nicole mentioned was really key factor here. Because semi-D status and semi-D lands are usually much bigger, so the price quantum of their entry is usually closer towards the $6 million range. So with this house having a trifecta disparity of pricing, size, and future-proofing, I think this might be the house for them to enter.
Yes, so if you're keen to have a look, our contact details are just down below. Do contact us for a viewing. As always, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so do follow us and subscribe to that as well. So I'm Nicole.
I'm Lyndon.
PropertyLimBrothers.
Always happy to show you the place. Which is based on pricing, and pricing. 4,355 square feet. And I forget my lines. So if you can overlay my words to 8.3. So Nicole, if I wait, sorry.
What was that?
He looked at me and he's stunned.
Yeah. You have to be crazy, you know.
Stop looking at me like that.
These are like 小娘惹嘞. So just to recap, Bonnie will be sharing with you Cat 1 to Cat 4 of the landed houses. Bonnie?
So Cat 1 is Cat 1 is the cheapest one. Cat 4 is the